Welcome to Is This Excel? In today's video, we will demonstrate the functionality of this finance system created in Microsoft Excel. With this system, you can easily track your income, expenses, and savings in a simple and visual manner. You can obtain this spreadsheet by visiting our online store at isthisexcel.com. Let's get started. Upon opening the workbook, you will notice that the Excel toolbar has been removed to achieve a cleaner interface, providing a more comfortable working environment with the spreadsheet. When you launch the spreadsheet for the first time, you will be presented with the user manual. This manual contains important information on how to use the spreadsheet correctly, so we highly recommend reading it attentively. To access the application, you will be directed to the login screen, as creating a user account is necessary in order to use the spreadsheet. Creating an account is a straightforward process that takes less than 2 minutes. Please note that only one user account is allowed, and the account details such as username and password cannot be changed later on. Let's click on Create Account. Choose a username. Both the username and password should consist of letters only or a combination of letters and numbers. Enter a password and repeat it. Provide an email address and click on Create Account. You will first see a message indicating that the account has been successfully created. Then, a message will inform you that a text file containing the account details has been generated. This file will be automatically created in the same location where you opened Excel. In my case, it will be on the desktop. If you open the file, you can view the account details. It is important to save this file in a secure location, as it will be the only way to recover your password if you forget it. Having created the account, we can proceed with the login. Enter your credentials and click on Sign In. Alright, now that we are inside the application, the first thing we need to do is adjust the resolution for optimal work. To do this, go to Settings and select the appropriate resolution. If you don't know your resolution, you can go to the desktop, right-click, and go to Display Settings. Here you can see your resolution. Choose the one that best fits your screen, and then we recommend you restart the application. In this same settings section, you can also adjust the categories for both income and expenses, modify the transaction types, set the current year, and also set your savings goal, which will be displayed in a graph that we will see later. Once you have customized your settings, let's create our first income. The first thing we need to do on the income page is to enter the initial amount for both types of transactions. By default, the transaction types will be cash flow statement and bank account 1, but you can modify them to your liking in the settings section. Now, let's create our first income. Click on the plus sign, and here we will select the date, category, a brief description, and the amount. To add the entry, all fields must be filled out. Make sure to select the transaction type correctly. Click on Add Income, and we have entered our first income. By clicking on the month buttons, we can view the incomes on a monthly basis. We will see the total for each month at the end of all the incomes, and the charts with statistics will update automatically. In the charts, we can see the category that generated the highest income each month, and we will also see the percentage of income based on the transaction type. If we want to transfer money from one transaction type to another, we need to click on the Transactions button, which can be found next to the plus button. In this example, let's assume that we want to record a cash withdrawal from an ATM, so the money needs to be transferred from bank account 1 to cash flow statement. First, select the date. Then, select the ATM withdrawal option and enter a brief description. Enter the amount and click on Make a Transaction. Automatically, an expense will be created in Bank Account 1 for the selected amount, and an income will be created in Cash Flow Statement. This will be reflected in the total balances of each transaction type. If we want to delete any income or transaction, we can do so by clicking on the Edit Income button, which is located next to the Transactions button. Here, all we need to do is select the month of the income we want to delete, then select the income from the list and click on the Delete Income button. Confirm it, and voila, the income has been deleted. Let's move on to the Expenses page. This page works similarly to the Income page. We have the plus button to add an expense, the Transactions button, and the button to edit expenses if we need to delete any. The balances of both transaction types will update automatically. On this page, the charts show which category had the highest expenses month by month and from which transaction type those expenses came from. Now let's proceed to the Savings page. On this page, we can view and manage our savings. The functionality is similar to the other pages, very simple and intuitive. The first thing to do on this sheet is to set our savings goal. When we do this, it will automatically update in the savings graph. We can also customize the purpose of the savings in the Settings sheet, as we saw earlier. To enter a new saving, click on the plus button and fill in all the details. Make sure to select the saving source correctly, as it will generate an expense in the selected transaction type. Click on Save, and it's done. The graph will update automatically with each entry, and you can easily see how close you are to your savings goal. On the Statistics page, we can view annual statistics to better understand our finances and improve in key areas. The first graph will show us the month of the year with the best balance, meaning the most productive month. In the second graph, we can see our total balance throughout the year, allowing us to track our progress in an easily understandable way. The third graph shows a month-by-month comparison between income and expenses. This will help you better manage your balances. Lastly, we can see the categories that have generated the most expenses throughout the year. By knowing our weak points, it will be easier to strengthen them. And with that, we have reached the end of the Spreadsheet's features. When you finish working, please remember to log out to ensure the security of your data. Thank you for joining us in this review. We hope you found our financial tools helpful. If you would like to receive more content like this, we kindly invite you to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave us recommendations and suggestions in the comments, as well as ideas for future templates. See you in the next video, and thank you for your support.